So today we'll do Vipassana. Okay. Now, the actual Vipassana is like this. You will do it only after the 4 jhana, the actual one. Because the mind has to be in upekha, then only you can enter into the landscape of the mind and remove the defilement. That's the actual process. And hence there are only 4 jhanas. So that you are at a very nice ground to take over the mind and see the contents of the mind. Okay. And that's the reason Buddha says that first you have Samatha, Jhana, Vipassana, after Sila, so that you can now go inside and remove the defilements. So I've already removed Sakkaya Ditthi. Yes, that's correct. But the kamaraga patigha or the kama ogha floods, or we can take kamasava, that will only go when you are in stillness of the mind. Okay. So if I'm not there, I can only suppress it, but I can't do a vipassana, meaning I will be able to do some meditation as a sitting meditation or some meditation. So for that moment, I don't feel anything challenging. Okay. But once I come back from there, same. Let's say I'm sitting for 1 hour. For 1 hour, there is no karma. Or I go to a retreat, there is no karma because suppressed. But when I come home from the retreat, the karma comes back because it has not gone anywhere. So, mandatorily, we should do the 4 jhanas. This is after Sotapanna. Okay. So, after Sotapanna, does that mean it is automatic? You'll get into jhana? No, it has to be developed. The only difference between a Uthujana and a Sotapanna is that the Sotapanna has come into the stream. So if he gets born in human existence, he's getting born in a better place where he can continue his journey for extinguishment. Okay. So that's what we need to know. So before I enter into Vipassana, I need to know that my Samatha practice is complete. There's nothing that is left. So then I need to do Samatha Vipassana. So then we will have to go there. But presently, we need to know that my Samatha practice is completed. There's nothing left in the Samatha practice that I have not established. So Buddha says in the same sutta, MN6 Akankeya Sutta, that not to forget Jhana. Right? And that's the reason he uses the word not to forget Jhana. If the Jhana is not happening, no Vipassana is possible. So then what Vipassana can I do? Body scanning is fine. That's a basic Vipassana, which is fair. Nothing wrong in that approach. I've gone to a retreat and I can use that. Yeah, fine. No problem. You can keep on scanning and then observe what's happening. That's a good thing. But if I really want to work out on kamaraga or kama ogha or kamasava, which will take me to anagami, then basically I need to establish Jhana. Okay, so the first prerequisite. Now let's say I have got Jhana, 4 jhanas, no problem. But I've not done Vipassana. Now what I can do is I can look at, I've already done before the Jhana, I have done this 11 ways of seeing, the five khandhas. Now I can go and deepen my insight. That's the reason it's called insight meditation. The reason why it is called insight is because you get an insight. Right? And Vipassana is called insight because you get an insight. You can see at the bottom of the lake that what is this rupa. So I can see the rupa comes into existence with food. So samudaya and vyaya, if I were to put, then I can see that if food were to be not given anywhere, can the form come about? The tree, a plant, creeper, whatever it is, you require to put mud and water. Same nutrients, exactly the same nutrient as mud and water is this body. So that's my first Vipassana experience. I got an insight. So I could understand, this is amazing. Very amazing. That something like this I never knew before. I see the plant or the creeper or whatever it is, water and mud. This body is water and mud. That's it. So then I'm released from this burden of rupa. Now I know it is anicca. It arises, passes away. Dukkha, because it's not mine. I was holding it as mine, so dukkha. Anatta, it's not myself. What is there to be given food as myself? So that's my first Vipassana experience. It is overwhelming, actually, when you see that. And then, after a while, then I see what's the cause for this sight, sound, or eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. What's the cause? The cause of that is if you were to stay here or anywhere in the gross world, you require these instruments without which cannot function. So, and then you should have related objects like sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, these five. And the sixth one is the mind, which is not mine, basically. It is created out of whatever it is introduced to as sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. So this mind can only grasp this much because that's all it's introduced to. Now I see, if there is a contact between the sight and the eye, then only the recognition of that object counts. If there were no objects to be recognized, can there be a feeling? This feeling that that person sitting there is Avdesh, or this person sitting here stands in or Aryu, or whatever it is. Can I do that? No. If this body was not here, can I still experience Avdesh sitting? No. So now I can see if an object comes, if I call that object as something, then the experience of that object can happen. If that object doesn't come, then there's no way I can do anything about object. But mentally, I can rewind it. So that's the sixth sense door. If nothing is there, it can ruminate, just like a cow doing it even though no food is there. So the mind can keep on eating whatever it has. So it can't be mine then. This mind cannot be mine. So that's my second experience of Vipassana, that Phassa Samudaya, Vedana Samudaya, Phassa Nirodho, Vedana Nirodho. Right? Without contact, there can't be any feeling. Now, without this body sitting there, can there be a sanya perception as avdesh? That means this body, which is made out of food, has to come and take the chair. And then there should be feeling that through eyes, ears, whatever it is. And then only I can experience avdesh as a sign. Otherwise, I can't. If forever I didn't have any avdesh at all, can I still create avdesh? No, not possible. Only if it is taught in the mind, it can bring it back. If that information itself is not there, doesn't make sense. So now I see this. Passa samudayo, sanya samudayo, passa nirodho, sanya nirodho. Then I want all this to be like this, like that, etc., etc. So this is what sanchetana. I want it in one way, but it is in another way. So how that comes to be? That comes to be because of contact again. Because of contact, there is feeling. Because of contact, there is perception. Because of contact, there is sankhara. Right? This much is fair deal for me now. Now I come to Vijnana itself, consciousness. For this, I definitely require fourth jhana. Because if the mind is not equanimous, it's not possible to its own see its own self. How can it see self? So let's say I'm in fourth jhana and then I'm watching the contents of the mind. So there are six senses. So there are six vijnana. Six as eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind itself. Each is conscious of itself. Meaning, if the object comes, then the eye consciousness. If sound comes, ear consciousness. If smell comes, nose consciousness. If taste comes, tongue consciousness. If touch comes, body consciousness. If dhamma, which means mental object comes, mental concepts, like wife, son, daughter, house, whatever, India, Australia, New Zealand, America, etc., is mental object. They're not physical objects. They're just created in the mind. They don't have its own existence except being in the mind. So when I land in America, it's not America where I've landed. I've landed in a city, but I get to feel I'm in America. And then when I land in the city, I don't see the city at all. I see an airport, but where's the city? And then I say it's in downtown. What downtown? I'm supposed to have landed in New York. So it seems we are going in a mental existence. That means this place basically exists in the mind. It's written NY, but what happened to New York? I say, no, that's NY is New York. The state is also New York. The city is also New York. You understand, Vilas, what I'm saying? But New York was created in the mind. The state also was created in the mind. So now if you go around New York, you will never find New York except in the mind. And that's funny. Just like San Francisco or Mountain View, where it's just same. So 101 Sleeper Avenue, where you're staying at, you is created in the mind. The board is there. You can put whatever you want tomorrow. They can change it from Sleeper Avenue to some other avenue. It's fair. You can't do anything much because it's a concept. It's mental concept. So all mental concepts are mentally created. They really don't exist at all. Except it's called conventional. That means everyone except this is New York. So the New York gets formed because it was accepted. Mountain View got formed because it was accepted. Bellevue was formed because it was accepted. In the same way, Cupertino was formed because it was accepted. And the entire the Mexican place of California state is accepted. And they all have Mexican names. It's all Spanish names. None of them San Diego to San Jose, etc., are anything to do with English. They are all Spanish. Anyway, but language is also from the mind. So this language is also mental made. And hence it is called mental concepts. They only are used to describe something. They really don't have its own existence. And you create them existing only in the mind. So now I can see that consciousness is basically created in the mind. So Namarupa Samudayo, Vijnana Samudayo, Namarupa Nirodho, Vijnana Nirodho. That means if there is a way to experience as a feeling, perception, etc., that should be created through the mind, mansikara, nowhere else. And that creates an adjacent rupa. So when I see my wife, the wife is created over this body, which is food body, looking as though it's a wife. It's foolishness. I see the mud and water over a sapling or over a seed brought a sapling. In the same way, the food, the water and mud brought in a being into existence called as human, animal, whatever it is. It has no its own existence. Just like water and mud, so is this water and mud. And we four of us went to a hotel. What did we eat? The idli and all of that, what we ate is a mental concept. But what did we really eat? Mud. How? What is idli made up of? Rice. Where did the rice grow? Mud. Okay. Then you had sambar? Yes. What does that include in the sambar? All kind of spices which are grown in mud. Great. What did you put to that? Water. What did you do to idli? Steam, water. Right? So water and mud. So what are you eating? Mud. What are you shitting? Mud. And that's Vipassana. So what happens in this Vipassana for me is I see Rupa as no Rupa except for Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja, which is Kalapas in the language of Visuddhi Magga or Atta Kalapa or Shuddhashtaka in language of the Buddha. They both mean the same. Or I can even take it as just the elements. So, what happened to the Vedana? It became equanimous. Why? You can't enjoy or suffer in mud and water. You can only enjoy idli. You can only enjoy sambar or chutney or whatever that is provided as a concept of that, if there were no concept in the consciousness at all, then that feeling itself doesn't arise that you are having idli. Let alone saying it is a good idli or a bad idli, good chutney or bad chutney, good sambar, bad sambar. So now, so upekha, equanimity. What happened to sanya, anicca? Just arose and passed away. The mud grew that plant, they removed that, made some food, it's gone. So it came like this, again went back to ground. And this body again goes back to the ground. So it came from the ground and it went back to the ground. So no change, no person. It's just a body coming along with consciousness and it goes away. So then I find five dhatus, yes. Patvi dhatu, apo dhatu, tejo dhatu, vayu dhatu, akasha dhatu. And the sixth dhatu is vinyana dhatu. So now I've done the dhatu vibhang. I divided into five parts plus consciousness. So every person, every animal, every bird, every insect, everything I'm seeing is just five elements plus consciousness. And that's my Vipassana. So Sanya became Anicca, Sankhara became Samatha, because I'm not wishing anything. Let it be like this, let it be like that. No, what is there to wish? In a mud and water, what will you ask for? There's nothing to ask. So the road is made up of mud and water. Urine is made up of mud and water. Shit is made up of mud and water. Whether it is animal shit, human waste, animal waste, birds waste, this waste, that waste, you can call it as a waste, but it is eating mud, throwing out mud. So no person, no being can be found. So then I see it's anicca nature. Its nature is anicca. Food get digested, comes out again. Food get digested, comes out again. So it means it sucks energy, uses for the body, which is what we call in biology, wherein you have mitochondria, which is what helps in proteins. It is searching for proteins, it builds. It's not you, it's a cell. And you have no control over the cells. What they do their work. It's got nothing to do with what I think. Because the mind, what I have, is conditioned to believe that this is what I know. But deep within, the cells have their own colonies. They're programmed to do what they should be doing, not what I want them to do. It's anatta. Will any cell of mine for a change ask me? No. So what stupidity is this? I have sankharas. I want like this, I want like that. So samatha. So this vinyana is in nirodha. Ceased. So what did I get? Nibbana. So where did you end? In shunyagara. Raga, dvesha, moha. All the three are gone. What will you have raga over water and mud? What will you have dvesha on water and mud? What will you have moha on water and mud? That's it. So I am done with Vipassana and Shunyagara. So what is Shunya is without Ragadvesha Moha, not the Shunyagara as a room. So different what Buddha says and what we do. And yet we call ourselves Buddhist, which makes no sense. We're just putting a label that we are Buddhist. And they get obsessed with Buddhism. Same problem. Whatever you get obsessed, you'll get into upadana. Upadana pachaya bhava becomes. Bhava pachaya jati. Again, same cycle. Didn't wanted it, remove the avijja as myself. No sankhara and no vijnana. Why? This vijnana called vilas no longer exists. It's extinguished. That's it. End of suffering. No nama rupa with vijnana, vijnana with nama rupa. Cut. So where do you reside, vilas? If at all you reside? It's tunni bhava, second jhana. For operation. How do you know you're in second jhana? Smile. Where is the best point? Pinnacle. Fourth jhana. That's the point of Vipassana. And done with the journey. That's it. Any questions? Otherwise, we are done. Short and sweet. So I'm done with this series also. I don't have anything more to talk on Vipassana because this is what Vipassana is. You should know. Patisamutpada. With this arises. With not being this doesn't arise. That's all the Khanda Vagga in Khanda Sanyukta in Sanyukta Nikaya. Complete section is only on Vipassana and Patisamutpada. Ahara Samudaya, Rupa Samudaya, Ahara Nirodha, Rupa Nirodha, like that. You have many of them. Udayangama, Tangama, Sada, Dinava, Nisarana is all about that. So it's all about looking it in this way. So if I do like this after becoming a Silavanta, so then I know I've reached Sotapanna. Anyway, I'd reached Sakadagami because there is no possession. There's Anagami because there's no kamaraga and patigha. Patigha means striking. Kamaraga means sensual attachment. So I find that there is no this kamasava. Only bhavasava, avijjasava exist. So now that I've seen across the board is the same, the bhavasava also goes away. Now when the sakkaya ditti, that is ditti asava is gone, kamasava is gone, bhavasava is gone, avijja cannot survive. So the moha goes away. Ragadvesha is gone. So released from samsara. Then the question comes, how does an arhat operate? He's unattached, but yet he operates. Anapayo, anupayo. Attached, detached. Like I am with Avdesh family or Samriddhi family. I can't say I don't know who he is or Samriddhi or his daughter. It looks very weird. So I should say he is Avdesh and Samriddhi and his daughter. But in real sense, I know there is no Avdesh sitting in front of me. It's just mud and water. We just had mud and water, basically. And that's it. So I can remove Avdesh and I can bring it back. Other example, which I've been giving a lot of times, is let's say again I go to retreat of Goenkaji. Should I go to retreat of Goenkaji? It doesn't matter. Why? Sitting is sitting. How does it matter whether you sit in a Dhamma hall or this hall? Yesterday we went to Mahabodhi. Is there a Mahabodhi? No, absolutely not. It's just mud. What I saw yesterday is just mud. What is there? If a bomb were to drop on Mahabodhi temple, what do you get? Mud. And that's it. If not a bomb, an earthquake happens, what happens? Becomes mud. Where is Mahabodhi? Which Mahabodhi? There's no Mahabodhi. You've created Mahabodhi in the mind for the mud. But mud is mud. Absolutely mud. Every grain of mud is not Mahabodhi, or for that matter, anything. It's not even Vilas. So if I think I exist, it's foolishness because it's just mud. What do you think? You are an owner of a mud. Not even a grain of mud is yours. And I think I own a lot of things. What do you own? Mud. Excuse me, you're owning mud. So, yesterday when we went, we sat there, we met a Bhante. And what is a Bhante? Collection of mud and water. What is a bhikkhu there? Collection of mud and water. So can you do Vipassana there? Yes, why not? What stops you? So be in the fourth jhana, do the Vipassana. And when somebody talks to you, come back and talk. Stop the Vipassana and just talk. So the Bhante was speaking to me, just speak. Should you have liking for the Bhante? No. Should you have hatredness for the Bhante? No. Is there a Bhante? No. It's just mental creation. It's done. So no raga, no dvesha, no moha, nibbana. If there is moha on a Bhante, raga will follow. You would like to see that Bhante again and again and again and again. Just like I go to Mahabodhi again and again and again and again. If somebody criticizes me there, I get dvesha. Because Mahabodhi society is something very dear to me. Just like I go to the Goenkaji course, it's very dear to me. Anybody saying anything on VRI, I can't take it. Please tell me anything, I'm okay, but don't tell on VRI. Why? It's moha. It's some moha, not even moha. So to wash it off, to come into moha, then I start to see something. Okay. It's just a name. There is no VRI out there. Now I get it. Am I entering VRI? No, not at all. So when I enter into a building of VRI, it's only a building. So then I remove the building. How? Mud is mud. What building exists there? No building. So when there is no building, there is no experience of it. But building is a mental construct, by the way. And Mahabodhi is a mental construct. VRI is a mental construct. Everything is a mental construct. So should I go there? Yes, why not? Absolutely. Should you hate someone? No, why not? Why should you hate? It's only mud and water. What is there to hate there? Why do you hate something? What is there to hate on a mud? It's just mud and water. It's not yours. What's there to hate? Should you like then? No. Ragakhayo, dosakhayo, mohakhayo, nibbana. So are you in nibbana? That answers the question. You can't be in nibbana. There's nothing to possess about nibbana. Nibbana happens when raga, dvesha, moha are not there. It's not entering into nibbana. It's not getting into nibbana. There's nothing to get there. It's giving up of whatever you're holding. If I am holding this, I give up that. If I am holding that, I give up that. This and that. Itha, anyatha, both sides. Or na idha, na huram, na ubhayamantare, ese vanto dukkhas. That means neither this nor that or anything in between. Because there is nothing to catch. So if a question is asked, did you go with Avdesh and family yesterday to Mahabodhi? I would say yes. But you just now said there is no Mahabodhi. I still would say yes. Isn't it a lie? I say like this, exactly what Buddha spoke to Ananda when he was asked this question. He said, yes, Ananda, I understand your problem. I can only say, etam santam, etam panitam, yadidam, sabba sankhara samato, sabbupadi patinisakko, tanhakhayo, virago, nirodho, nibbana. That's the answer to nibbana. Vilas, I don't understand this. Etam santam, etam panitam. Santa will happen when you don't enter into Mahabodhi. Or Santa will not happen when you don't enter into Vilas to begin with. If there is Vilas, Raga, Dvesha, Moha will follow through. If there is no Vilas anywhere to be found, then there is no Raga, Dvesha, Moha. So, etam santam, the sa anta, the self is ended. So, Vilas is ended, completely extinguished, nowhere to be found. So, if Vilas cannot be found, can Vilas enter into Mahabodhi temple or whatever that is? No, absolutely not. Etam panitam, this is profound because you are not entering anywhere. Yadidam sabba sankhara samato, when all the sankharas, let it be this way, that one, this one, everything is samatha, tranquil, stopped, held in check. I have no requirements. If there is no requirement, nothing can make me raga, dvesha, moha. If there is requirement only, then there is raga, dvesha, moha. There's no requirement. Sabbupadi patini saggo. Now, whatever accumulation I have as Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana have been given up. Tanha Khayo. Kshaya has happened on Tanha, craving. Virago, dispassion. Nirodho, cessation. Nibbana. So, were you in Nibbana when you landed in Mahabodhi yesterday, Vilas? What should I answer? Silence. Because you can't enter into Nibbana. If somebody says, were you in Nibbana? That's not a place or a thing to be. Then what is Nibbana? I just now said what it is. But can you tell me in a small word what is Nibbana? Remove the moha, raga, dvesha will not be there. That is Nibbana. No, this is still confusing to me. Leave the self, Nibbana happens. Oh, that is even more difficult for me to understand. Is it a nice feeling? I should say, no feeling, no perception, nothing. Oh, that is empty. I said nothing, not empty. There's no thing as Nibbana. But, sir, I want to know whether you are in Nibbana. And the only answer I can give him is Nibbana happens. You can't possess it. You can't seek it. Seeking is raga. If you don't get it, dvesha. And there is something called Nibbana, itself is moha. So if you remove moha, raga dvesha will not be there. So avidya ended. So where should I be all the time? For jhana. What should I be doing all the time? Vipassana. Then I'm feeling bored, what I should do? Is there a boredom? No. Why? Nibbana removes all boredom. Then what do you do for the whole day? There is no day. Ah, come on, what are you talking? There is a day. No, sir, there is nothing arising, nothing ceasing. If there is arising, then there is samsara. I don't understand this. I understand that you don't understand. And hence, I recommend you to read Sanya Sutta. That's all I can say. Where Ananda also did not understand. But tell me in simple word on Nibbana. This time, there is no answer. Just a smile. Because what will you do? You can't gift Nibbana. So Vipassana ended. So Samatha, Jhana, Vipassana, Shunyagara. I've entered into Shunyagara. Never to be found. Not the physical Shunyagaras. You have one window room and you sit there and looks like pigeon holes. What a human misery. What a conceptualization. So Shunyagara is also mind-made. Anything that is mind-made will get destroyed. So if earthquake happens, that Shunyagara will just be a heap of mud, nothing else. Okay, I think I spoke too much today. I'm done. Yes, Tanzin, you have something? No, it's fine.
No, no, nothing specific, sir.
Yes, Madhukar.
That's it. Sir, whatever since last 15, 20 days, a month, I'm realizing nothing that if uh, I is dissolved, all other outside thing is dissolved. If I is not there, others are not there. So I see that you even experience that if somebody is there, if I have to lie to that, I feel that I'm lying. It is like a lying to myself. If I have to hurt other, it's like hurting myself. So it's that like that boundary of I and other is slowly getting dissolved. And I feel that if I do not arise, there is no question of any other thing. So how I should see this and pursue the development further, sir.
You're doing good.
Development further.
If you're seeing like that, then you're closer to coming into anagami stage, because that's the time when you can see this transition happening. That you start to see everyone same, and the kamachanda vyapada is gone. Vyapada will come when you see separation, me and others. And kamachanda will come only when you see me and others. If both are not there, you get into anagami phala. Good progress. Appreciate it. Okay, should we end for today? Unless anybody has, I have time. Not that I don't have time, but if it is silence is golden, it is good. Now I think everyone is in Nibbana or tranquilized into Nibbana. I think they can enjoy. So Vipassana gets you Nibbana, basically. Without Vipassana, you cannot enter Nibbana. Without Jhana, you can't get into Vipassana. Without Samatha, you can't enter into Jhana. Without Sila, you can't enter into Samatha. That's how this whole link is. So Sila is broken, Samatha is broken. If Samatha is broken, Jhana is broken. Jhana is broken, Vipassana is broken. If Vipassana is broken, no Nibbana. So you're back in the same place. So first establish Sila. But I don't break Sila. Can't have happened. Ah, sir, I know I don't break it. No. But I have hindrances. Absolutely. That's the reason I'm telling you that if you had broken Sila, then you get doubts and remorse feeling. If there's fear, it means Sila is not good. Fear and Nibbana cannot go together. You are fearless, deathless. Amato. Amato gada sabbe dhamma. Nibbana paryosana sabbe dhamma. If I have fear of death, means I don't have good Sila. So, Sila, Indriya Samvara, I'll just conclude all of this. Sila, Indriya Samvara, Bhojanya Matyanuta, Jagari Yoga, Saddha, Hiri, Vattappa, Bahusuta, Virya, Panya, Patamajana, Dutiya, Tatiya, Chaturtha, 15. When you complete these 15, you're ready for Vipassana, not otherwise. Vijja, Charana Sampanno. Now the Vijja will start. Without these 15, no Vijja can ever happen. Now we can recite with happiness that I have done Buddhanusati, 100%, Dhammanusati, Sanghanusati, Chaganusati, I've given up, Tyaga, Devatanusati, I'm staying like a Deva right here, right now. And Marananusati, I know that every moment death is coming. So 6 anusatis I've done. So I don't have to proclaim I'm a Deva or something. The state of mind is in Deva and Brahma and Abhasara, Subhankina, Vehapala, the Akashan Chayatana, Vinyanan Chayatana, Akin Chayatana, Neva Sanya, Nasanya Ayatana, equivalent to 20 plus realms. So I can keep on going on top. No human existence right now. No animal existence, no asura existence, no peta, no niraya. So I've cut off human existence right here, right now. So I'm in fourth jhana. So I don't have to come back to Kamaloka, including the Devalokas. But for now, I can keep on going to Devalokas and enjoying and seeing how the mind is taken into new things. So in each, I can see anicca, dukkha, anatta nature. So once I move out of human, when I go into the Chatur Maharajaka, I see human life is suffering. When I go stop next Tavatimsa, then I can see Chatur Maharajaka is painful. Then if I go to the next realm, if I go into the Tusita, then I can see Tavatimsa itself is painful. Now each one gives me a different taste of anicca, dukkha, anatta. Then I find even the 31st realm is no different. It has the same taste, anicca, dukkha, anatta. So I give up. That's it. So you have traveled far and wide through the mind because everything is through mind. America, Australia, New Zealand, India, Pakistan, China, blah, blah. All of these countries are mind made. They are not real. They're just mud and water. There is no country out there. Even if I put a flag, it's a cloth and color. And cloth is made out of what? Its cloth is made out of mud. What's color made out of? Same. It can be polymers, it can be non-polymer, it can be metallic, non-metallic, it can be organic, inorganic, just carbon, organic, inorganic, without carbon. No matter what you bring in, what chemicals you bring in, it cannot go out of this world. So I've seen the world is not real or unreal. It is an illusion, mixture. And that's it. Color is gone, raga. So there's no dvesha. So there's no moha. I've seen it. So they have come from Lucknow. Does it exist? Yes. You have put it in the mind. Yes, there is Lucknow. But is there a Lucknow existing in truth and fact? No. UP government can now change that Lucknow to be some other. There was a place called Allahabad. Actually, the original word is Allahabad. It is Ilahi, who is a Mughal king. Abad means prosperity. Ilahabadi means one who has ilaha, one who is prosperous. So they were calling it as Allahabad. And after the English started, they couldn't say Allahabad, so they made it Allahabad. They made it E as A. So from that time onwards, it became Allahabad. And after the current UP government came into existence, they thought it is not good to call Allahabad or Allahabad. It should be Prayag, which was the original name before the Islam took over. So they made it Prayagraj. Now everybody calls it Prayagraj place. Earlier also people used to say Prayagraj or Prayag, but the station was Allahabad or Allahabad. So in your mind, you experience pain if Prayag was there and somebody renamed it as Allahabad or Allahabad, basically, Ilahi. Why Abad of Ilahi? Why prosperity of Ilahi? It should be prosperity of Prayag. Who the hell is this person? He plundered. He took away all the gold and silver and everything. So I will change the name to Prayag. Just because the name Prayag is given, it doesn't go back before the Mughals came or before even Babur came into India. No. You can't change it. Just because you name something, you can't do it. But that's what mind can do. It can change. So now, if you go to that station, the railway station is called Prayagraj Junction. Earlier, it was Allahabad Junction. And before 1600s, it was Allahabad. Fun. And today's war with oil and this one, same. It's all in the mind. It's only for resources. And what it is? Mud and water. So everything I'm calling as my wife, husband, that is just mud and water. I don't find a single person out there without mud and water. So I am released out of this samsara. That's Nibbana. And hence Buddha says Nibbanam Paramam Sukham. So Arogyam Paramam Labham, Santuti Paramam Dhanam, Viswaso Paramo Natho, Nibbanam Paramam Sukham. We just use that Paramam Sukham of Nibbana, but you should also look at other three. This foolishness that we don't really say it. First, you should have Arogya, health. If you're stressed out, your energy is gone. Arogya is removed. Santuti Paramam Dhanam, Santuti, contentment. If I'm discontented, then energy is gone. It's wasted. It's just like, somebody having gallons of good fuel. He's just throwing it out. He doesn't know why is he throwing it out. It's good energy. It's good fuel, basically. It's aviation fuel, let's say. It's gallons of them. He's just throwing it out, not knowing what is he doing. So santuti paramam dhanam. Visvaso paramo natho. The only refuge is visvasa, which means confidence, self-confidence that you can do it. Then nibbānam paramam sukham. That's in Dhammapada. So this you don't forget. That if you're seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, touching, all of that, thinking, it takes out energy. And hence Indriya Samvara. It removes energy. Every sight attracts, energy is lost. Every sound taken, energy is lost. Every taste, energy is lost. Every smell, energy is lost. Every touch, energy is lost. Every thought, energy is lost. Every concept, energy is lost. So don't describe anything. Animitta, do it, and nana byanjana grahi hoti. Don't symbolize and don't expand. You save energy. So then there is no existence. So you are yourself. Attahi attano nato. Koi nato parosia. Nobody is going to come to your refuge. Atta Deepo. Be your own island. Okay, good luck and be your own island, and may you attain Nibbana, free from suffering. Yes, somebody wanted to say yes, Stanzin. Wait, Stanzin has raised his hand once. I said Tata, bye bye. I think he remembered something. Yes.
Yes, Vilasaji. So I was just thinking about this consciousness coming into our experience. That's what we get. Like there can be a unique consciousness, or there can be a composite consciousness. Unique in the sense when you see.
It's again conceptual. There is only one consciousness, undivided, unestablished, vinyanam, anidasanam, anantam, sabbatopabam. Think it that way, take it that way. Nidasana is non-established, unestablished. Okay, not separated out, basically. Ananta, endless. Sabbatopabham is spread out everywhere. It gets into a state of existence only when yattha patavi cha apo cha tejo cha vayo, when they all come together, vijnana jumps into it. So if you want to go back to the unestablished state, stop conceptualizing. Because with concept, vijnana comes. Without concept, there's no vijnana. So what Buddha says in the Pottapada, sorry, not in Pottapada, there's another sutta, is that Vinyanam anidasanam manantam sabbatopabam yetta patavi cha tejo cha vayo patavi cha apo cha tejo cha vayo nagadati yetta dhigancha rasancha anuthula shubha ashubham yetta namancha rupancha asesam uparujjati vinyanasa nirodhena yette samuparujjati. What it means is that there is an establishment of consciousness as vilas. Say, for example, next stanza. It's directed because it's established. So it's directed towards a particular object out of six senses. So it will now say long and short. Dhiga rasa, long, short. anuthula, atomic, gross, shubha, ashubha, auspicious, inauspicious. So, nagadati doesn't get a footing. Then what happens? Dhigancha rachancha anuthula shubha ashubham yatta namancha rupancha asesam uparujjati. Only when the nama rupa is completely dismantled, then this established consciousness doesn't get established. So if you ask me conceptually this consciousness, that consciousness like this, and then it is established. And when it is established, there is an arising, there is a ceasing. If there is no consciousness which is arising, there is no consciousness which can cease.
Yeah, my question was if I can just rephrase it. So if you see a table, so mostly it's sight. Consciousness comes and you get an experience of the table.
Table is a concept in the mind. Sight, you will take it. Mind will make it table.
Correct. Other thing is, if I see a food, or in fact, I'm just eating food, right? So there is sight is there, the taste is there.
Yes, it's there.
So multiple things, and it's combines into one single consciousness to give a complete experience, or
No. It will take an input from the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, whatever we call mind, will conceptualize it because it's already having concept. So it will tabulate.
Okay.
Just like, I'll give you a very practical example. In the office, there are 5 subordinates of yours. You're the manager. You will give them task. They'll finish the task and give it to you. Will you send it as it is? No, you'll do something about it, right? So, is there only Stanzin who did it? No. But will you always say these other 5 people did it for you? No. It's a combination of all of them, but ultimate decision maker is you. In the same way, these 5 consciousness will give input to this 6th one, saying that this is what we have found. Let me know if it is useful to you. So the 6th consciousness will tabulate and say that, hey, eyes, I didn't ask you to get this, sorry. Or it'll say, hey, eyes, what you have brought is good. Next time, just keep on searching for this. Hey, ears, I told you so many times, not that sound. Got it? Not that sound. So this subordinate will say, okay, I understand, but what I can do, that sound is coming. Shh, not that sound. You understand? Or you get me this sound, this one, this sound. And then this taste, this smell, this touch. And I need this thought to arise. Because it's conceptualized. So it itself, like you have your own work to be done, right, in the office. And you have subordinates also doing the work. You will not do what subordinates is doing, and subordinates will not do what you are doing, but you have your own work to do also. So mind will do its own work and also collects from everyone. And hence Buddha says, Mano Pubbangama Dhamma. In the Dhamma, in the conceptualization, nobody can beat the mind, Chitta. Mano Settha Manomaya. It's foremost. Manasa Chepaduttena, meaning if you feel bad, bhasati va karoti va, it will ensure that you follow that in your speech and your action. So if Manu is in prasanna, it's very happy. That is followed in speech and mind. Sorry, speech and body. So just like if they irritate you, stands in the office, by your subordinates, you can't present very well to your superiors. Whereas if they are harmoniously working, then you will be very happy in presenting, right? If you're upset, they are not upset, but you are upset because you have to deliver. So you are upset. So paduttena is upset. Pasannena means you're very happy, elated. So when you go and meet your whoever, you're going with confidence, right? But you are doing your work plus your subordinates' work. Both are there. So you can't say only my subordinates. You can't say only me. So you can't say only eyes, only ears, only nose. No. They all give inputs. They do their own job, their own function, but they also give you inputs. This is what we got. You collect it. Supposing there's a road, small road. I have a concept of big road, but I have small road. So the eyes are seeing road. They are not seeing small road. But mind is seeing small road because it knows the concept of big and small. So it will tell the eyes, why are we here? Don't see there. But a nice looking woman is coming, partially dressed. Now the road is gone. That was a small road, right? But now the mind feels, you got the good one, forget the road. Now you bring that. So what happened to the road? Eyes had seen the road, but mind dropped the road. It took the shape of the woman and it started to observe the woman. And that woman came to ask the address. She had forgotten the house number, etc. So I'm walking and she just comes. I thought she's going to go this side, but she comes and stands in front of me saying, "Excuse me, sir," in a very sweet voice. Ear has heard the voice, but mind will say, "Vilas, what a sweet voice, man. This is great. Am I seeing stars today? What a day for me." So, a nice sight and a nice sound. And she says, "Sir, I am searching for this address. I know it is in the next road, but I want to spend some time with her." And crazily, I didn't expect this to happen. She comes very close and stands next to me. And in the meanwhile, because the road is small, one vehicle just passes and she almost hugs me. What happens? I see a ray of hope, light, and everything. So she touches me, gives me shivers in the body as though I'm in my 8th jhana now. Right? So the touch is replaced by that good looking woman, by the mind, not by the touch, just a touch. So then she holds me tight and says, "Thank you so much for helping." I said, "I didn't do anything." Then I say, "The weather outside is pretty hot." "Yeah, I need to walk there and I don't know how to go there." Then I say, "Can I get you some water or tea or coffee?" "Oh, I would love it. But there are no hotels here. Do you want to come to my house by any chance?" "Ma'am, I'm not forcing you." "No, no, I would love to be there." What a luck. I would now like all the small roads. Who knows what will you get? Then I take her to my home. And then my wife is not there. It's even more beneficial. And then I go to make tea. And she says, "Can I use your washroom?" I said, "Why not?" And she wears even more skimpy clothes and come back. I can't believe my whatever it is. So then kameshu michachara can happen. In the mind, physically I have not touched her yet, but the kameshu michachara has happened. I have made her nude in the mind. And I'm enjoying it. It's just a matter of time. If she forces me, if she says, "You're such a nice person," and she touches me, that's it. And hence Buddha says, Mano Pubbangama Dhamma. Be careful of this instrument called mind. It will take you to wrong destination. Now you can imagine what happens next. I don't want to say that. It's dangerous. So Buddha says, it's good to have bitten by a snake than bitten by a woman. Because you'll do all nasty things which otherwise you wouldn't have done. So, out of the six senses, which one is the strongest? Tell me that. Mind. Not the eyes. Eyes just saw. Ears just heard. But mind said, listen to that sound. Isn't it good? Yes, yes, yes. Bring it, bring it. Then she touched me. Oh, what a soft touch. Wow. And she held my hand because the vehicle came, right? And she just held me like this. It shook waves in me. Oh, what a thing. And I offered her water and tea. She came and sat. Then we had chat, etc., etc. I don't want to go into details, etc. And then that etc. my wife saw, and that etc. became big issue. Now to manage her, and what a pain, what a pain, what a pity. If I had known it is just mud and water, would I ever asked her anything? Actually, it's summer. I'm seeing a sweat. It means water. And she's smelling food. She's eaten something. And if she opens up her mouth, she didn't put any kind of mouth thing, right? It is smelling, you can see, and the teeth are so. And her body looks ashubha. Then I see only a being as opposed to woman. What I could do, I'll just focus on the address. And I say, next road, third building. Can I have a glass of water if you don't mind? Oh, yeah, why not? Do you want me to bring it here? You want to come to my house? No, I would prefer drinking at your house. Okay. No touching business, nothing. Then I ask her as a courtesy, do you want to have some tea before you go there? And she says, yes, I would like to have some tea. Then I want to bring her into Dhamma. So I will give some tips about what is life, so that no corruption happens in my mind. Not that she wants Dhamma. No corruption for me. Mano Pubbangama Dhamma. Otherwise, my mind can, just like an octopus, it can go and latch on to something. So she says, it's so tiring, blah, blah. I say, yeah, life is very tiring. See, from the time of the birth till now, you've been struggling every day, and you're going to struggle every day. Sir, what do? I say, I remove suffering from people. Then she asks, how do you do it? I'll say, you can join me, but there are 4 conditions that needs to be met. Number 1, you need to be humble. Number 2, you need to know what this body is all about. Number 3, you need to know from where you started your life. Number 4, how do you exit from this place? If you are interested in knowing any one of these or all of these, you can come. Otherwise, don't come. Sir, is there any dress sense to be done? Yes, you need to cover the shameful parts. No, what's the wrong in it? That's what I told you, right? You need to be humble. That's the first rule. But I am a feminine, humble. Do you want to be a woman again? Yes. Then suffering will continue. Please go ahead. Then while she's going on the road, she starts thinking what this idiot is telling me. Then she turns back, thinks that yes, woman means danger for herself because she can get pregnant. She has to suffer. Somebody can touch her in every part of the body. And she says, yes, what he says makes sense. And again, I hear ting tong, and then I say, what happened? Yes, sir. I'm willing for all the 4. Come back tomorrow. No scanty dress. You understand? I'm not saying that I have a problem. I'm saying because you are going to have a problem. It doesn't care whether you wear something, you don't wear something, but you should know what you have. So if you want to know, please come. That's it. Otherwise, I would have played with her body all the time. So this is Nibbana, that is samsara. You understand? No moha, no woman, no raga for that shape, no dvesha. So the same vijnana stands in, can be liberated or in bondage. Good one. I think Sham is very excited with this example.
In fact, you could have taken us
So
to.
these spicy Dharma stories are always good. Catches the attention, but then you turn it around to give the Dharma lesson.
I take these because it just pokes your sensual stuff. It just comes out. If I could take a job or something, this is good.
No boring. Not spicy.
It's not spicy. This is spicy. So, in fact, few years ago, we used to have some serial or some music coming as Southern Spice, played at 11 p.m. in the night, 11 to 1 a.m. Okay, and Southern Spice, and then they should have spice only about these songs, which are very crude and vulgar and all that. So people used to wait for 11 p.m. to happen and put on the TV, not making sure their wives don't see what they're seeing. Glued, volume very low, sitting. And after that came Chamak Challu songs, which means full of dance. And after that came in India, I'm talking about, then came these what is called as some kind of, in Hindi and other languages, they started these music shows which has too much of skin shows. And now it has become like a X-rated. It's hard to go with the family. And now families are also okay. They don't mind these things because they know, okay, it's been accepted. So they don't know the danger of sensual, how much you're poking your senses all the time, all the time, all the time. That objectification becomes, the human is gone. Everything is objectified. You lose human touch, or you see everything as an object. So when you see an object, you want to possess it. That's by nature. And that's the danger of sensuality. That's what Buddha says. Adinava, danger. You become like possessive. So stop possession. Good, then. I thought today we are going to close at 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock here. Wow, 1 hour went. I think 20 minutes went with that girl itself. Spice. Late night. We used to have something called late night. My friends used to go crazy with 11 to 1 a.m. And next day they used to report to me, Vilas, did you watch this? It's okay. Okay, then good day, good night. And then tomorrow we will start new series on Sotapanna.
Next week.
That is not tomorrow, Monday, which is Sunday for you. Okay, now bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Namaste, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye. Thank you.